Okay guys, welcome to Amnesia Rebirth by Frictional Games. This is part 1. We're going to be playing through the whole game from the start. As you'll see, it says continue here. That's because I have been through the options, changed the settings and made sure that they work okay. But we're going to be starting afresh, so no worries about that. I'm going to be playing on mouse and keyboard, and full disclosure, I am a bit of a Frictional Games fan. I haven't played through Amnesia Dark Descent since our first book was launched, which features Frictional and Amnesia. Have played Soma in the meantime, which was fantastic. I think it's probably my favourite Frictional game. So yeah, really excited, really interested to see where they've taken things with Amnesia Rebirth. So make yourself comfortable, grab a drink, headphones on, and let's go. This game should not be played to win. Immerse yourself in the world and the story. Fear and darkness are your enemies. Amnesia Dark Descent, for those who have played that, had a very similar kind of warning slash instruction slash recommendation at the very start. So kicking off with a similar vibe.
There is a moment when you realize what the pain has made of you. In hiding, curled in on yourself, unable to show the world your face. Acting on instinct, lashing out, even at those closest to you. Time has passed, and time is a thief. It has stolen your memories. The agony has faded, but so has every precious moment of joy. You have been hollowed out from the inside, and there's nothing left of the person you used to be. But you try. You try to remember how to smile. You try to remember how to love. And one day you crawl out from your hiding place and step back into the world. And then, every day, you do what you must to survive.
What was that?
Nothing. Don't worry.
Pretending it's not there won't make it go away.
Salim, it's just turbulence. It'll settle down soon.
Yes, I know. It's hard though. Your head tells you one thing, but your heart disagrees.
Try to sleep.
I couldn't. I keep imagining what might go wrong.
I know someone who can help you.
And who's that? Maka. Oh, I had no idea you brought him.
I didn't want him to be lonely.
I know, my heart. It's good for him to have an adventure, but he'll be glad when this journey's over, I think. He's had a hard life.
And there's so much more to come.
Alex?
Yasmin, get up here! Hello, this is Algeria. Can anyone reach me?
Hold on!
Mayday! This is Kasson. Do you read?
It's okay, hold on.
Sit down!
Hold on.
Stay with me, baby!
Don't forget. Don't lose it. No, no, come on. Need to find him. He must understand. Don't forget. It's her. It's all because of her. Focus! I am Tasi. I am still Tasi. What? Where?
Okay. Well, there's nothing like a nice, calm, gentle opening to ease you into proceedings.
You can make it.
Getting some quite strong Bioshocky kind of vibes with a crash to kick things off, what looked like some sort of lighthousey tower, strange otherworldly kind of monument, potentially having an impact in our crash.
I have laudanum. It will help, but you must try to keep calm, or it will get worse. Do not allow yourself anger. Do not allow yourself to fear. You understand me, Tasi?
So just a heads up, I'm not going to be talking through any of the cutscenes or conversations. I'm going to allow the game to speak for itself for the most part.
Where are they all?
It is
Salim.
it is an Amnesia game after all, and so I don't want to ruin the ambience, the vibe. Okay, so reminders. I have to remember, she will die, find Salim. Well, simple enough. Sure, I'll remember she will die. I think that's a difficult thing to forget. Memories. Okay, so this was part of the opening cutscene. Just picked up that bottle. And I guess these are things that haven't happened yet. That's kind of neat. I'll give you a kind of foreshadowing. Just not look through that too much.
My book. My handwriting. I don't remember.
Okay, so this plane is very much out of action. We seem to be the only... I was going to say the only survivor, but there would surely be bodies here if that were the case.
Mrs. Ritter. Mr. Hanechi.
Doctor.
Hello?
That's
Are you there?
the doctor. I'm here. I'm here.
Crew of the Cassandra. Can anyone hear me?
Salvation, perhaps?
Hello. This is Tasi.
Mrs. Ritter. Salim.
Useless.
Is anyone there?
No, that was always going to be too good to be true. And the plane is very much out of action.
Of the Cassandra.
A note.
Please respond.
So, we left Maison Blanche Airport
Answer, please.
with 12 passengers, 2 crew. The plane's call sign is the Cassandra, owned by Sterling Shipping of London.
Eva.
It's a Douglas DC-3. Pilot was Nicholas Masson. Okay, and so the game's set in 1937, so the interwar period. And we are flying to French Sudan via Algeria.
Dr. Metzia.
So I
Try again later.
guess we've crashed on leg 1? Unclear. Cockpit door handle, the handle to Cassandra's cockpit door. Brilliant. Just love it when a plan comes together. Master investigation. Oh, that's a fancy wrist watch, wrist amulet. So this, I mean, aside from the bright...
Help! For God's sake, help me!
I remember people were hurt in the crash. I was here, I think.
So, yeah,
did
aside
they go?
from...
Where's Salim?
Aside from the bright skies and sandy deserts,
We'll get you out.
this plane looks like it's been crashed for a while. That does not look like... Surely there'd be smoke, flames...
Leon, Jonathan, give us a hand here.
Doesn't look like I can add any of this stuff to my inventory.
In my case, left side, bandages, quickly.
No, Rachel!
So I'm no air crash investigation
Fry out here.
expert, but the fuselage of the plane looks like it's in pretty good nick, so maybe you could expect more survivors. Follow the debris, I suppose, and the red bird. Are these graves?
God.
Graves made out of plane parts, so... Well, if people are buried here, then must have been here for a little while. Does that sound us burning? Is that us skin bubbling? Oh,
Wait, Hank.
But we've no choice. We need to get them to shelter.
I know. It's Salim. He's hurt. You know what he's like.
Let's get him down there, then you and I can sit on him while the doc takes a look. Don't worry. The caves aren't far.
Caves.
okay, so head to the caves. This is some sort of burner. Not exactly top of my list right now. Empty. Sound very empty. Okay, so I kind of want to run to stick to the shade, I suppose. And follow the trail of aeroplane debris.
Salim! Salim, are you there?
Obviously not the most hospitable place. It's kind of interesting kind of mix-up. If you've ever played Amnesia the Dark Descent, then you'll know that staying in the darkness too long can really mess with your character's mind. Oh! A little scorpion. I just messed up that guy's home. So sorry. I'll try and put this down for him. There you go, I'll be able to crawl under that. Yeah, if you've ever played Amnesia Dark Descent, then you'll know that one of the big mechanics in that game involves you not staying overly long in the darkness, because it really messes with your character's minds. So this is kind of like a fun little mix-up where you're... guess it's this way. You'll be... ah, here we go. Trails of evidence of activity and more debris. Yeah, you're being asked to stay out of the sunlight and stay in the shadow. It's quite fun. Fun little subversion of expectation. This is an altar. This doesn't look like it was probably.
Isn't it? People have been here.
So, we'll be shot with salt instead of dying of thirst. I agree.
Leon.
What? No point getting your hopes up. We're in this shit.
We are in the shit. I think that's pretty evident. Oh, what's this? A water pouch. I can't pick it up. It's not really a kind of item-based game. At least the Dark Descent wasn't. Should probably put that back, but that's a heavy stone. I don't want to tire her out. So I'm guessing.
Oh, there is a cave.
Yep,
thank
that
God.
looks promising. Well, kind of promising. Some chocolate. Oh, there we go. Toggle text E. There we go. Rachel Holt, Chief People Wrangler. Papers she has arranged. Travelling from Croydon Airport. I don't live wildly far from Croydon. Breath of fresh air. Must thank C for suggesting her. On top of everything, much better at it than me. Need to give her a bit of time to get to grips with the local scenery, but a very promising start. Hopefully she can be a permanent fixture for future trips. Well, possibly talking about us.
Yeah, she organized those lectures in London, and Charlie back at the Institute recommended her. Got a good head on her. I like her.
Dearest Susan, dearest Alfie, the stories don't do this place justice. It is amazing. You've never seen anywhere as busy as the market in Algiers. The smells, the flavours, the colours, and the noise. I may have picked you both up a little something. You never know your luck. All my love, always. Dad.
Well, I'm not sure that postcard's going to get to its intended destination. It's tragic, really. Okay. Into the darkness.
Oh, Tasi, look at the hands. Such tiny, perfect fingers. Hello. Hello, my little one.
Okay, this is much more.
It's all right. I can manage.
Come on. Not far now.
This is much more reminiscent of the
Hello?
kind of
Is anyone
scenery
there?
I was expecting.
Salim!
Was that fire still smouldering, cooking, burning? So people have been here quite recently. Airplane seat.
Hold him more tightly, or the stitching will tear.
I'm sorry. I will be still.
Salim, I have you. I have you.
So it seems like that these are memories that she's recalling. So she has, that blood looks very fresh. So she has been here before then. Has what, lost her memory? Is that what the amnesia in the title refers to this time out?
This is us. Salim and me. I brought this here. What is it?
I had something to say to you. A whole speech, something poetic, but...
You don't need to say anything.
I know, it's just... I never thought this would happen. Any of this. You and me, I would never have imagined.
Salim, there is no one I would rather spend my time with.
Really?
Really? Stop worrying. I'm in love with you, you idiot.
You are my heart, Tasi Trianon.
I said no poetry.
Okay, something tells me that we're being set up here to anticipate a love lost. Are there notes on that table over there? So it looks like people from the crash made themselves a, half decent kind of makeshift camp. So these are people on the ship, on the from the aeroplane, presumably. So we're an engineering drafter, Tasi Trianon, and we're looking primarily for Salim Hanashi, who is a guide. Okay, so we're a mining expedition. Oh, and here we are. Okay, yes, so we crashed on... Where is that? Sudan? Southern tip of Algeria? In the desert in northwest Africa. Anyway. Caught up in the scenery there. It's proper little private rooms and everything. Matches, fantastic. So we are probably going to have to go into darkness then. That's telling us. Okay, so we're on our way to the Sanulama mine. Kind of weird focus on that photo. Super shallow depth of field on those guys on the right.
But I can't. I won't stay here. There's something in the tunnels, I swear it.
You won't be staying. You'll be with us, and I'll take care of you. Come here.
Okay, great. There's some kind of tunnels, and we've got matches, presumably for the tunnels. Let's see where this is going.
My darling Amanda, by now you'll know about the crash, and you'll know that our situation is a bit sticky. We're off for a walk through the desert to see if we can find a radio or a village or some other sort of help. Everyone's putting a brave face on it, but no one really knows what's going to happen. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is the last you'll hear. If it is, I'm sorry, my love. I suppose it's my fault for wanting a big adventure. I should have stayed home after all. Please tell them both that I love them. Tell Susan that she's the best girl in the world. And tell Alfie to look after his sister. Oh, now I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes and my hands are trembling and I just don't know what to write. I don't know how to say goodbye. I can't believe this is goodbye. I love you, my darling girl. I know in my heart we'll see each other again. Even if it's not in this life. You're Jonathan.
Well, I hope that letter somehow finds its way to its intended recipient.
What a beautiful girl. Is that your daughter?
Yes.
My father keeps nagging me for grandchildren. Did you leave her in Paris?
Yes.
Is she with her
Yasmin, I'd like to check the Sadiola samples are packed up. Give me a hand.
Of course, Mr. Mitchell. Sorry, Hank.
So, plot thickens. Salim and Tasi have a daughter back in Paris. Does kind of make this all the more tragic, really, knowing that there's a kid without his parents. His parents who are caught up in some cave system. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, a dead body. And a grave. A note.
Salim, I'm sorry. Without Lucas, I cannot bear it. The rest of you, this is not Salim's fault. I am of sound mind. Eva Ritter.
A suicide note, then, by the sounds of it. Oh, it's an overdose on this stuff. Okay. Note to self: be careful of the meds. She's got a whole bunch of it there. No, it's in German. That's kind of cool. I don't think I'm gonna. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not going to attempt reading that. But it's kind of cool that it's not just automatically translated it for us. It gives the word a kind of more real sense of place. That there are real people.
Lucas, I think.
That there's real people living here or were living here, rather than everything just being just made for us to, you know, just only exist for the player's benefit. Narratively, of course, everything does just exist for our benefit ultimately in the game, but having things like this kind of makes the world seem bigger than just the player's story.
To those who follow, I am Salim Hanachi. I crashed with the crew of the Cassandra on March 3rd, 1937. I and others were injured. We stayed while the rest of the crew went for help. My companions are dead now, and the radio is broken. I cannot wait alone. There is some sort of creature here. I must go after the crew as best I can. They followed the path through the mountain. I will leave signs. Tasi, if I do not find you, and by some chance you are reading this, know that you are my heart.
Okay, well, good news and bad.
Why couldn't you wait? I'll find you.
Salim. The good news is that Salim definitely was here. Has left us a note. What's this? Oh, something to light. Okay. Has left us a note. The bad news is, gotta go into the pretty ominous looking cave of darkness and death in order to go after him. Now that, I'm quite certain, was not sculpted by our fellow survivors.
Salim?
Oh my, this looks ominous already. Something tells me that we're supposed to go down here.
A note, I think.
Oh, a
He
note.
said he'd leave a trail.
Maybe these piles of bricks are the trail?
I went to see Monsieur Esperandio at the market, but he has no more work until next week. I know that Tasi has savings, and I know that something will come, but it is hard. It is not just two of us now. I want to know that I'm keeping them safe.
This is from Salim's old diary.
Okay, well, this might be time for a match. A match and very slow pace, I think, are called for here. Oh my, look how fast that... That match... Christ. That match is going down very quickly. I don't think we've got enough matches. Silly not lighting that one as well. Okay. To the left, or... No. Okay, 3 options. Let's try here. Nope, that's a good start. I'm hoping that's just rocks. Not... Oh. This is, Oh, there we go. Yep. So staying in the darkness increases your fear. Okay, more Salim rocks. Is that where I came from, or is that... Yeah, damn. Just wasted another whole match there. Oh, just about got... Okay, so that's where I came from. Oh no, we've only got 1 match left after this. Oh, so close. Okay. Oh, salvation. 3 matches. How many matches do we have now? 4 matches. Okay. Feeling quite match rich.
He was hurt.
I kind of want to go a bit slower than this, but the matches run out so quickly that there's not a huge amount of choice. Another carving.
Oh, thank God.
What is she saying thank God about? Oh.
She's sleeping now. Maybe dreaming, curling and uncurling tiny fingers. I sit here, looking at her, and I still can't believe this. How can I deserve it?
God, Salim.
Okay, lights. It's
Something.
a lantern would be very, very good right now. There's light coming from here. What's this? A room. Okay, let's go. Let's close that.
I feel so much better in here. It reminds me of somewhere else. It feels a bit like the shrine at Douvres, back home.
Holy Mother, hear my plea. Yeah, I know how a person feels. Matches. Whoever left all these matches here is a very good person. Is there anything else in here? Can you break this stuff? Maybe not. Oh no, this one's broken. We can break this. There we go. Oh! Genius investigation. Totally did that on purpose. Okay, so I'll be breaking every single item in the whole game from this point forwards. Not sure there's anything else to do in here. It's kind of cool, like cave mural painting. Seems like a very nice scene, actually. Not really much like what we're experiencing now. Maybe these totems, these idols are... Maybe this is a safe room. Maybe these are signs of kind of peace and salvation, I guess. Well, we don't have time for peace. We've got Salim to find and a baby to get back to. The music just cut in a really weird way there. Okay, that's not... These caves are not doing a very good job of welcoming us, are they? Oh, I need to move faster through these caves. I'm just missing out on these.
What was that?
A letter came from Hang Mitchell. He offers her work. A journey to French Sudan. I pray that she will take it. It is what she needs, what both of us need. To be away from these memories and back into the world.
Okay, good old Salim. He's leaving these very easy places to find. Oh, the ghouls around that don't look... doesn't look like a good sign. So I guess we're going over this plank.
Careful.
And then around to the second one. Oh shit.
There's something. My eyes. Oh. What's wrong with me?
Disturbing sights and darkness would increase your fear. Don't let it rise too high. Yes, I really don't want it to rise too high. Oh, okay, or not towards the lights. Away from the lights, away from...
What the hell is wrong with me?
Oh, I'd forgotten about the
This isn't where
item on her
did I get
wrist. This does look like a completely different place. Is that where I came through? It's like
It's gone now.
it's like a digestive tract of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Not a place you want to go on holiday or fall through.
What is this?
Floating rocks. Thought that was a glitch at first. Apparently not. Ominous noises are becoming more consistent. More floating rocks.
This thing on my wrist, it feels alive. Is it mine? I don't remember.
Here we are, okay. The amulets. So it looks like it's some sort of compass. What's that down there? A piece of... Oh, it's a mushroom. I thought it was like a piece of gold. I've been playing too many RPGs. Okay, so it wants us to go towards the floating, moving, flashing rocks. Ah, is it some sort of key? Now where are we? It looks like we're in the upside down. Okay, yeah, so it is a key. It's a key and a compass. The classic combination that all cave expeditions should not be without. Can I pick this up? That would be very helpful if I could. No, you can't.
Hey, how are you doing?
Christ's name. How could I leave him? I know it makes sense, everything he said, but it's such stupid fucking self-sacrificing bullshit.
Listen, I know Selim, and I know you. I know what you're capable of. He'll make it, and you'll get back to him even if all hell stands in your way.
I'm so fucking scared, Hank.
I know.
I really like those little cutaways, those memory cutaways. They're not overdone at all. They're subtle, so you can kind of inject your own perspective on them, but they're also meaningful enough to actually help you understand some more of Tasi's personality and thoughts and fears and history.
Close your eyes, for sleep is coming. Hush now, lullaby. Papa's here, so don't you cry.
Sleep well, Alice.
Oh, that's very cool. If any of you guys have played...
Someone's been here. Hello? Anyone?
If any of you guys have played Amnesia Machine for Pigs, that was made by the Chinese Room, who also did Dear Esther, which is absolutely brilliant game. Dear Esther has kind of cave system that uses kind of similar lighting to this. Also looks very cool. Oh, there's another one of those idols there. And some floating rocks. Compass key.
This is so strange.
Just get the impression someone's behind me all the time, but too scared to look just in case there is. Is there nothing in here, really? I'll climb through this? No. Can't interact with those. Okay. Some sort of secret chamber for next time. Oh.
I was able to meet them in the park this afternoon after talking to the factory manager at Dinar. A proud moment. Alice has learned to count to 3 with her blocks.
She did. She showed me. There.
Okay, so
in the park.
Our daughter's name is Alice. Another room to nowhere? What happens if I... Well, that's interesting. I don't have the amulet out anymore, and yet... the door remains open. And again. This one's got to go somewhere. I don't know where else to go.
Shit!
Oh. We are going down again. I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of falling down, sliding down. I hope she's got very hard wearing jeans, because they're going to be taking a bit of a battering. Now this does not look inviting at all. These weird plant lanterns. Ah. That is not the kind of music that I want to be spelunking through caves in. Okay, so there's a light coming through over there. Oh, a dead end. Okay, so that goes to the land of rock and clouds. It's kind of cool, this environment. It almost looks sci-fi with the lights, but it's very clearly not sci-fi. Just the color scheme looks very sci-fi. The kind of jaggedness of it looks very sci-fi, but sort of twisted up in a more sort of natural setting. I like it. There we go, loading screen moment while we go through the rocks. And it looks like we've entered into another planet?
It can't be real.
Another world, another planet, another reality? It looks very cool, whatever it is. Huge scale. Of overwhelming scale, actually, given our limited movement and abilities. So what do we think this is then? That statue there, it's almost reminded me of Planet of the Apes. Like maybe this is some sort of collapsed civilization. Also remind me, going through the crack back there, we're very much through the looking glass now. We are Alice and we've... Is that right? We are Alice and we have gone down the rabbit hole now. There we go, that's right. Well, as you do in a situation like this... Oh, we're stuck. Well, that hurt us. As you do in a situation like this, you, by yourself, traverse along the cliff edge with heavy winds and no idea what the hell is going on. She surely can't push that. Oh. She could not push that, but she didn't need to. Physics at work.
Glowing again.
So I want to go vaguely this way. Ah, there's the monument lighthouse thing, tower that we saw from the plane. Similar design, could be same one, different one. I really like the environmental design at the minute. Read this first. Oh, there's no voiceover. Nothing progresses. Time does not change things. Light does not move across the sky, nor does it grow dimmer or brighter. And yet time must pass. My mouth is dry and I feel the pangs of hunger. Why is notes predicted instability of the flow of time around the junctions between worlds, where one step might carry one between years, but might preserve the body in its current state? Or, indeed, where the body changed but time did not pass for the world around. Is that what has happened? Is this whole world frozen in a moment after its destruction? How could I ever tell, and what would change if I knew the answer? I have given up on the attempt to find the portal. I have a notion that I could apply wise predictions on the weakness of the fabric between worlds if only I could map them in some form. Okay, so it is a different world then. We have entered. We are properly through the looking glass here. We are down the rabbit hole. We are not in Kansas anymore. Yeah, what I was saying. I really like the environmental design so far. Like it's doing a good job, one, of kind of guiding us through it without getting lost. But it's also kind of almost setting up the world as a character unto itself. Like, we saw that one image of whatever that enemy-looking thing was, but okay, those genes really are gonna be destroyed by the end of this. Yeah, we saw that one image of the enemy kind of lurching up from the shadows, but really it's the world that kind of, I don't know, like, it almost feels like it's almost feels like the world itself doesn't want us here, doesn't take too kindly to us sort of traversing it. Okay, another one without a voiceover. I must explore, for I must find a way to return. But stepping into the fog is like stepping into deep water. I am lost in a sea of whispering confusion. I need something to shut them out. Are they... Oh god, sorry, I'm really butchering this. Are they the dead of this place, or only my own paranoia? My strategy now is to focus myself, clear my thoughts, step in, and survey as swiftly as I may, then return. It will be slow, but I fear it's my only chance. Who is saying... Well, I guess it's this guy, this very safari-looking English gent. Okay, so there's a couple of notes to read. Weak points, but no amulets. Well, I think we have the amulets. Matches. Absolutely fantastic. There are shadows of the dead in the ruins. Those who live here were human, or near it. So perhaps this was Zazora after all, or Eden, or some other stronghold of humanity. But whatever this place once was, it is shattered. These must have been the gate builders. But what horror could cause such destruction? Surely even the shadow cannot destroy our whole world. What is the shadow? There is no sign of a portal. Even if I were to find one, the orb was lost to the shadow, and I do not have another. There is something else here, stirring in the fog. I see bright lights as it hunts and hear its cries. I do not think it's alive. Okay, so it hunts, but it's not alive. Shadows, orbs. I am defeated. There is no way back. There is nowhere to go. I have searched for a portal, but there is none. I have triangulated the weakest points from Levi's calculations, but I cannot tear a rift, for I do not have a traveller's amulet. I did not heed Brennenberg's warning, yet what chance did I have? The shadow sensed the orb. I had to risk it all and step through the portal. There is no water and no other means of sustenance. I will not live long. If you, reader, traveller, from whatever world you come, if you comprehend, and if you know enough to speak to those of the human world called Earth, let them know this. I was the first to solve the mysteries of the gate builders. I was the first human to breach the boundaries between worlds. I, Professor Thorsten Aloysius Herbert of Cambridge, England, was the first. God forgive me. Well, I like how in Death, and with all of this magical, otherworldly, time and space tearing shenanigans going on, I like that his first thought, his main thought, his main thought was to make sure that we all know it was him. We all want to be remembered, I suppose. That is a fear, a genuine human fear, to be forgotten after we've gone, so I guess he's living into that. The Tuareg, hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Tuareg call her the woman of the tents, or the mother of us all. A local tribe related to the Tuareg, the Kilhanan, call her the Great Queen. In legends, she is Tinhinan, a Berber princess who found a source of food in the desert and founded a Tuareg tribe. The mound itself is named for her, and indeed her body may lie within it. in the ruins just beneath the surface. But there is more, much more to this structure. It is clear that the deeper ruins are Roman, as Wire predicted, and there we may find a mythorium set by the Romans to protect the gateway we seek. Once within, what wonders will we see? Okay, so it's some sort of tomb, some sort of final resting place for some great woman that the Romans knew all about. Okay, this looks more more ominous, even more ominous down here. Really don't want to expend any matches. 7 matches left. Okay, well it looks like we're heading towards the tomb, tower, lighthouse, monument. Excellent lighting effects there, with a little flash of light, very good.
The bracelet.
Wants us to go over here. Well, that smoke is very much wants us to go over there, where the smoke is. And the lights and the horrible sound effects that are quite literally sending a chill up my spine right now. I'd kind of regret wearing headphones for this. But needs musts. It's working. Levi's calculations applied to the measurements clearly show a variance, as if there are great centres of attraction which draw all towards them. These must be the weak points that Wire spoke of. I have identified 2 good candidates and 1 excellent, but have no means to proceed. The Traveller's Amulet, according to Wire, should focus these energies and provoke the weak points to tear open, forming a rift between this world and another. But I have no amulet. If I remember his treatise, rifts can form without an amulet. That is down to the alignment of the spheres and their stars. I cannot move the stars. I will find some way. I must. Very determined. I like the guy.
Oh, thank God. This looks promising.
That's promising as one word for it. This, on the other hand, looks less promising. It's gonna freak me out every time.
What the hell?
Okay, crouchy, crouchy time. Is that alive? Is it a statue? It's a statue. It's caught in some sort of web. No, it's not a statue, it's like some sort of petrified... Oh. Some sort of petrified, human or humanoid.
Christ.
That's not my idea of a good time. Oh. Literally took my hands off the keyboard then. It's expecting some eyes to start glowing any second and then rush towards me. Some sort of spider's web or something they're caught in. What's that over there? Some sort of, see that glowing light? Up here, I guess? Or over there? guessing. So there's an orb thing. Is that the orb that the Doctor Explorer guy was talking about? Orb thing over there.
Something brighter ahead.
Light source down there. I'm guessing that that's where we've got to go. It looks similar to the smoky light that we went to last time. Actually, let's get the amulet out. Yes. Looks good. Oh. Oh, is this a sliding moment? No? Okay. Again, really fantastic level design, really amazing use of lighting and shadow and mist and you know, just limiting your vision pretty significantly actually, but without making you kind of try and get behind this rock. Is it gone? Is that the orb thing? Looked like the orb thing. Same colour light. Stealth sequence. Yeah, it does a great job of limiting your vision, but without making it too obscure how where you've got to go. It's very, very clever. They must have spent a lot of time iterating on this, making sure it's both scary but also not overly confusing. This is if it's going to happen, this is where they're all going to jump up and start chasing me. So it's much grander than the previous one. Aeroplane engine. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting to land here. I think this is a good place to stop them for part 1, and we will pick up next time from exactly this point. I'm going to save and exit, and then as soon as I load back in, I'll start recording before touching the mouse, touching the keyboard, touching anything. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, and like and subscribe, and hope to see you back for part 2.